Hi, Nikki.
How are ya?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I made it through the day, so that's good.
And sister. Feel
It's
ya.
been a really long couple weeks, I'm telling you.
Yes. Yes, it very much has been.
Yeah.
And
So
now it's winter.
I know. I woke up this morning. Well, it started with Monday. It was like a complete whiteout up here. And then I woke up this morning and it was like heavy and wet. You could like squeeze water out of the snow. It was so weird.
Oh, and you guys got quite a bit of snow.
Yeah, it's still snowing right now. We got like big, big flakes of snow.
Oh,
So, yeah, it's crazy.
yeah, it just rained out by my house and everything until later today, but then I was driving me and Ez uptown and hit kind of like R.W. Jones Road and I'm like, "Oh, it snowed here." And
Oh, how weird.
yeah, it was weird. Yeah, just I swear the city's in like quadrants. Like, it's not gonna snow here. It's gonna snow here. Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, so my office is downtown La Point and it was snowing like it was a pretty good snow, but it wasn't sticking real good. And then the cabin's like literally 4 miles up the road from my office.
Mhm.
By the time I got to the cabin, there was probably a good 2 inches of snow on the ground. I was like, this is stupid. Stupid.
I know. I know. I can't believe it. It's nuts. I'm interested to see, yeah, what if it keeps going or if it gets back warm or where we're gonna go next with it.
Yeah, it's been super bipolar this year.
Hmm.
Last year, like we got
Oh,
snow
you win.
late.
Last year was weird. It was,
Yeah,
yeah, I thought last year was going to be like the year before, and I bought like snow boots and totally planned for this. They're like, oh, it's going to be worse even than last year, and bull crap, it was
yeah.
nothing. I don't know. Uh,
No snow till February.
hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe that's
this
just
year
going to be
that's
our
soon.
winter now. February,
Yeah,
March, which we didn't even have winter in February, so that doesn't work.
yeah. It's been weird,
Yeah.
weird up here. I'm done with the winter. I'm ready for it to be over, gone.
I know. I'm like, it's been nice it seems like just all of a sudden getting just this little bit of wet. Now like I see some green in my grass because before I was like, oh,
Uh-huh.
oh, my grass is ever coming back. It looks really rough. But then now I just this morning was like, oh, there's quite a bit of green in it just all of a sudden popping through.
Well,
So
hopefully it doesn't freeze.
I know. I'm like, it's whatever. I mean, I don't have any flowers or anything, so
Yeah.
I mean the hay I worry about, but
Yeah, usually I don't know, up higher, I guess up here higher. It doesn't start coming in until about end of April, 1st of May, so
yeah.
we should be good.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Hopefully. Hopefully we're done with weather by then.
I'm not even, I don't dare say.
Jinx us.
Yeah, exactly. We're doing a trailer show and I was hoping more for like April. My boss is like, no, he was really pushing March and I said, okay, we'll see. Like we have all these outdoor activities planned and
Yeah, you might want a big tent.
I mean, I bought a 10 by 20, but that I have a feeling that's not going to be quite big. Might be moving everything in the store.
Yeah, you're gonna have to park all of your trailers together and put the awnings out just so that you can walk from one to another.
I know our yard's a mess. That'll be a problem regardless, I'm sure, because it's
Oh yeah,
just a huge muddy mess and it's just how it
that's
goes.
crazy. Yeah, I guess I was thinking that most of it was paved, but I guess you're like the front part's paved, but the back is
Yeah,
just road.
it's not at all. And really even there's a lot in between. where the paving's a mess and it gets muddy and you track it everywhere. And so it's
Yeah.
really only well, I don't know. We have muddy spots throughout. There's no just
No good asphalt areas.
not good enough. So
That's crazy.
that's okay.
Yeah.
That's
I think March is going to be crazy for weather.
Yeah, I think so too. I just
So,
keep being like, end of April, I'm heading to the Caribbean. I don't care what it does before then, whatever.
as long as there's no weather in the Caribbean,
Yeah,
nice and warm temperatures, and that's it.
it'll probably be too warm. It'll probably be
Yeah.
extra warm. So it's fine.
Do
It's
you,
good.
do you guys get rain much up there?
Yeah, yeah, there's rain, but it definitely they have dry seasons too.
Do
Like
they?
my dad has a cistern and sometimes they have to haul water
Oh,
to
wow.
and they pay a ton for it. So
Mm.
yeah, it's kind of crazy, but
How big is the island that he's on?
tiny.
Tiny?
Yeah, St. Thomas is tiny. It's only like I don't know for sure if this is right. I swear it's only like 4 miles across or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that is tiny.
But and I could be wrong on that, but I know it is it's a little island. Like if there wasn't so many crazy stupid drivers on it, you could walk from one end to the other really easy.
But you want to avoid the drivers, so
Yeah,
don't
my dad's
walk.
like, you're not walking anywhere.
That's funny.
So
Now,
yeah, I
how long has
guess
he lived there? Oh,
8 years,
wow, for a
9.
while.
He's lived there for quite a while. Yeah.
Lucky
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, it's a pretty fun place. So
I think I'd be okay living on an island somewhere.
yeah, it's cool. It's a fun place to visit for sure. I don't know if I want to live there, but I mean, I'd have like a timeshare there for sure.
You're good to visit.
Yeah, I like visiting there.
Do the kids all go?
No,
No.
I don't feel
Usually
like it's a
just,
very family friendly place.
oh, it's not.
I mean, it is. You could take them if the resorts and stuff, I think would be. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I just don't want to take them. I don't know.
I
And
don't blame
two of
you.
them aren't even kids. By yourself there. I don't know.
I'm trying to get away from work. I don't want to
Yeah,
bring work with me.
seriously. But no, it's fun. So,
Yeah, good.
oh geez. Well, I guess we better get rolling. Sorry, this it was it was work out and do class or don't get to work out at all. So you guys
Yeah,
don't have to smell me like it's fine. It's fine. We're fine.
perfect.
So cool. Um, does anybody have anything going on? Anything cool happen? Anything they want to, give us a little update on before we get rolling? Or any questions? Nada? Okay. All right. I am going to share my screen. And cool. Can you just see my chronometer or can you see like my whole screen? I can't see. When I'm screen sharing, it won't show me um, if you guys comment. So you have to just yell out if you want to say something. But can you guys see my screen and stuff okay?
I can see your whole screen. Okay.
You see my whole screen?
Yeah.
I wish it would just, that's one thing. I don't know why it does that. Whatever, it's fine. Good enough. Okay. So I just wanted to kind of cover building recipes in the app, logging in the app, setting targets in the app, and then also just like being able to upload recipes so you don't have to manually enter them. Some of you guys probably already know how to do this, but I think it's a good thing to kind of go over. And then to please, if there's any questions, like stop me. You're not gonna hurt my feelings if you stop me mid-sentence even. Because I just basically want to be able to, oh, and then two, we're gonna talk about making, kind of creating your own targets and stuff. And yeah, all of that stuff. So hopefully that all makes sense. And oh my heavens. I guess I kind of can see comments, but go away, bar. Okay, stop it. First, mm, no, first. First, we're gonna do this. Okay, so you guys already know I like Cronometer. That's what I log in. That's what I feel like is more accurate. But really, any app that you log in, if you already like a different logging app and you want to log your food and use that, then don't. It's going to be basically the same on any app because I've had my Fitness Pal and I've had Cronometer, and they're similar in at least like what we're going to go over today. So we are going to create a custom recipe and we are going to import it. So now we're going to jump over here. Now on Pinterest, so this is on, like I'm just on my Pinterest, you have to find a recipe that actually sends you to a site. So you have to be able to go to like follow a link and go to a blog or whatever to be able to upload this way. You can upload just ingredients and create a recipe too. It's just a little bit different. So what we're doing today is actually like I've already gone to, visit site. I've already opened this up. So because we're gonna want to grab this. So I hate pop-ups more than anything. Um, we'll keep it on the one-time scale. You can toggle back and forth, make like bigger recipes and stuff on some of these, not all of them. This one is, I don't know, it looked really good. I want to try it. I was going to make it the other day and didn't, but it looks good. So we're going to do it today. Uh, Oh yeah, so it already showed me 4 servings. You're gonna want to make sure how many servings. You can go in and edit it later, but it's way easier if you know how many servings when you're going to create the recipe. Sorry, I gotta sneeze. Okay, I'm on my stinking Mac, so I can't right click. It's obnoxious. You should just be able to import it. Now, once it pulls over, there we go. Okay. Street corn chicken rice bowl. So we are going to, holy cow, there's a lot of ingredients on here, and I can already see some of them they all pull over double. Oh, this might be exciting. Okay. Not everything did. Okay, so I can already see that the chicken pulled over 4 small or 1 cup. This might be interesting. Okay. We're just going to take one out and I'm going to go into this one if it will let me. So this pulls over quite a bit different on the computer, or it looks different on the computer than it does like on my phone app. Same general idea, but it does take me a minute to kind of navigate it because I'm not used to doing it on the computer. So it's calling for 4 small boneless, skinless chicken breasts. Um, the cool thing is on this one, let's see here. I still don't really love, because we don't want it like skin removed before cooking. We're gonna find my chicken. This is my chicken entry, and we're gonna use it because I already know it's like it's just chicken breasts. We don't want something that's saying that we're removing skin from something because that would be like most likely probably uh like a chicken breast, like a bone in that has skin on it saying you removed it. So it's going to be different. It's going to be a little bit different. It's not the end of the world. Just telling you, it will look a little different. So it's showing us actually 4 4-ounce servings. Actually, that's good. We like that. We're going to go with that. Okay. Now going down the list, corn, raw, 2 cups of kernels would be a ton. I think well, here, let's jump back in the recipe. So that's the cool thing is you can go in and say, oh, it does say 2 whole cups of corn. Okay. I was thinking it was going off of like how many cobs. It's saying approximately 3 to 4 cobs of corn. Okay. I wasn't totally crazy. Cool. Jump back in. So that's good. The mayonnaise with olive oil. I don't know why it's flagging that. Let's go see. Oh, so we're skinny. Well, whatever. Store-bought mayonnaise. We definitely do not want 333 ounces. I think it was saying a third of a cup. Okay. So, like we looked at before, sometimes it's funny on here. Sometimes it'll give you lots of options for different measurements and it makes it a lot easier. Sometimes you're like, wow, how many, tablespoons is in whatever because it doesn't give you all the different options for serving sizes. But that's great. Cup. Oh, calm down. Mhm. We'll see about that. Okay. Feta, quarter cup. Cool. Coriander, whatever. Lime juice, garlic, seasonings. You don't have to put your seasonings in here. Obviously, just pulled over from the recipe. Did it have feta and yep, feta and I don't know how to say that one. Cotija, whatever. Okay, cool. 4 cups, 1 ounce. I didn't look at it crazy closely, but that looks, the rest of it looks pretty good. 2 avocados. It's going to be higher fat. We don't care. It's fine. Okay. So now it'll show you that's the full, like a full recipe, right? So that's a lot of time going to be the first one it pulls up in here is a full recipe, but it has a serving too. So you can look at all of your nutrition information for just it's definitely a lot higher calorie than the other one. Some of that is still going to be off. Anyways, just know you can go back and forth. You don't have to totally stress out about it. Our last one, when I taught this on Monday, it actually pulled over almost exactly. That rarely happens. I was like, oh, this is too easy. But this one, not so much. So I do like how on this app, it does go a little bit further into breakdowns. Not everybody's going to care about all this, and that's fine. This is kind of cool because it's showing all the amino acids in protein. Like you could see if it was a complete protein here, but also I do like the, vitamins, minerals well, I'll show you in a minute. Okay. So that's all fine, well, and good. It's got it pulled over our 4 servings. You can do like the weight base, like say you're making I think like the chicken salad pulled over well with a weight based because it's a little bit more like, especially if you went with the rotisserie chicken, you went with how much mayonnaise was in it, you kind of did everything that way, your weight would be on pretty good. Now, for like a soup or something, it gets a little harder because maybe you're going to add more broth or, something. Or if you're like cooking the chicken, it's going to be, if it's a little bit more cooked, you know, just right on, cooked enough, you're going to, those things are all going to affect your weight. So serving base is nice. Um, if you can use it. And where did oh, save changes. Cool. So street corn chicken rice bowl. I need to remember that so I can go in and add it. So now I'll go into my diary and, we're just gonna have another snack. Mm, logging on here is weird. Nope. Mhm. Oh, you have to add it up here. Okay. I'm still trying to treat it like it's the app. Okay. So it will be in your custom. Where is it? I'm obviously blind. Did it go into this? In recipes. Oh, street corn chicken rice bowl. Just kidding. Okay, make sure it's on your serving and not your full recipe. That would be crazy, crazy, crazy amounts of calories. Okay, so added that in there and it's all messed up because I've already logged on this day. But okay, never mind. From the app, it would just let me go into that and look at it. Anyways, so let's go. Actually, I'm going to go back and not remove that because now it's being silly. Whatever. Let's go. Oh, okay. This is where I was looking. So this is kind of cool. And obviously, it's not going to take into account actual supplements you take unless you added them in here, which you can do that. You can add your supplements in here too. But I like so I think I had to toggle these on, and I think some of these are like there's differences with the paid app and the free app. And it's been so long since I've used the free app that I don't remember. And there's been a lot of upgrades and stuff. So I don't know exactly how it would show on the free app. I'm big on if you just want to use the free app, just use the free app. Don't spend money you don't need to spend. But I do think that the paid app, it's like $10 or something. It's not a lot. It's worth it for me. But I do like that it kind of does the women's health one. It kind of, it kind of can help you a little bit, I guess, if you're looking to hit certain things, like I am actually feel like I'm a little low on my folate lately, and I do supplement with it sometimes, but then I love to be able to see where I'm at just with my food because obviously that's going to be the best place to get these things that are actually really absorbable. But like vitamin B12, wow, super high. Cool. So kind of fun looking over those things for me. Um, and then it, yeah, it goes into depth with all those, but that's what I was mostly wanting to show you was yeah, nutrient targets. So does anybody have questions on any of that with logging and all of that or creating recipes and that stuff? Okay. All right. Now, so this is this right there. Okay. This app is a decent one to use for just being able to kind of figure out your own target or figure out your own calorie range. And then we'll talk more about targets from there. But I really like I like for you to be able to figure out this stuff for yourself. Not that it's not great to have a coach, not that it's not great to get, other opinions from people that are knowledgeable and stuff. But if you want to kind of be able to just see where you're at, just please know that it's not like a hard and fast, straight up, this is exactly where you need to be or anything like that. And that's really where coaches and that come in to be able to say, okay, this is kind of where it has you, but based on this, we want to move you here or this and that. So I mostly just want you guys to be able to know how to access these things yourself so that you can kind of play with this yourself and, you know, make a little bit more sense. So this one, yeah, TDEE TDEE total daily energy expenditure. So I already have my stuff in here. Sorry from, the other day. Uh, Female, 41, 150 pounds, 5'5", and I just put moderate exercise. Do not worry about body fat because even if you get like a body scan, it's not accurate. The scales you have at home, not accurate. I don't care if you have them, I don't care if you use them, but just know that nothing that you're going to have access to or pay 20 bucks for is going to accurately tell you your body fat. So even like a DEXA scan at the hospital, which I think I don't even think they do them. I don't think they're just like available here, but even that can be, I don't know that that is even completely accurate. Like I've always just been told that none of them are very accurate. They're all, I mean, it is kind of nice to use if you want to have kind of like a baseline, like I'm just going to use this as one point of data, right? Like you've got your weight, if you did your measurements, hopefully pictures, and then, body scan can be just another one of those points of data. But, I've always done scans on and off, and the I was helping run one of the local scanners. I won't throw them under the bus, whatever, but the I had someone come in and he had lost quite a bit of weight. I mean, I want to say it was like 40 or something pounds, and he'd been working out. And it said his scan, I'm the one that ran it. I put in everything right. It should have been good. His scan said that he gained body fat and lost muscle. And that wasn't true, obviously. And then I just, I just kind of saw him just deflate. And I'm like, hey, please please don't take this, you know, as a rule because I do see people do that. They want to do these things and then they put too much stock into it, I guess. But on the flip side, Coach Tom actually sent me a post. He like took a screenshot of a post because I'm on Facebook right now. And it was this girl trying to, she had a coach and like her and her coach were trying to say that she had lost 5 pounds of body fat, gained 5 pounds of muscle, but, and it was like in a month. And I'm like, okay, she shows her scan and all this stuff. And, I'm like, well, I can tell you right now what she did was she originally scanned dehydrated and then she went back and scanned hydrated. So those scanners, they're like bioelectrical impedance, something. So it sends like an electrical signal. So your feet are on the pads, your hands are on the pads, and it sends an electrical signal. Well, obviously, water is a conductor and it's going to send that signal through differently than if you are kind of more dehydrated. And so it was showing, so it'll show that you have, yeah, just like higher body fat and less muscle mass if you're dehydrated, and the other way. So I really like, sorry for that whole spiel. If you don't even scan, you don't care. But I just don't worry about this. Don't worry about feeling like you need to body scan. And if you do, grain of salt. Okay. So what I do like about this one is how it shows. So it's showing my BMR, basal metabolic rate. So that's approximately the calculation that my body burns if I did nothing. Like if I did absolutely nothing, just laid very still all day, that is what my body would take to function, to regenerate my cells, to grow hair, to, all the things. So that's that. And so it just highlights which one I chose. That is probably really a decent, actually, calorie area for me because it's going to show right when you pull it up what your maintenance is. So please also know that. It's saying if I eat that many calories a day, 2087, and I moderately exercise, that it's going to just like keep me at the weight that I am. Okay. So if you go scroll down here now, some of this is also take with a grain of salt, and it kind of tells you that. So it's showing my ideal weight 125 to 132. Well, I can tell you that's what I got married at, and that's yeah, I'm not going to be 125 ever again, and that's fine. Um, it does say, don't take it too seriously, especially if you lift weights. Muscle mass is not even in that equation, okay? Same with BMI, whatever. I don't care about my BMI. Now down here, it does kind of just throw you out some different macros. I don't, they're the moderate carb one is probably the only one I is decent, but why does that, it's got me at like 156 grams of protein. We've talked a lot about protein. That's ridiculous. There's really no reason for that. I don't care to eat 156 grams of protein a day. So when you hit the cutting tab, it's going to take 500 calories off just like right away. That's just what this does. That doesn't mean that's right. That's not how I coach necessarily. Um, that would be kind of that'd be an extreme jump. If you were really actually eating wherever it said and you took 500 calories off, you're definitely going to notice it and it might be kind of hard to stick to. So what we do usually kind of coaching standard is to take off about 10%. And so, if we say, okay, I'm eating 2,000 calories a day, it's better if we know where we actually are when we're eating. So like if I ever ask you for uh kind of a 3-day recall, or for you to track, for you to just even write down for 3 days, like Melissa, I think we did this with you, like tell me everything you eat for several days, because then I can put it in an app really easily and get a bout of where you've been. So if you know about where you've been, and you've either been consistently just your weight's been staying the same, or you are gaining weight, but we're talking you've been eating very much like this for months, or at least, 6 weeks, then we know, and your goal is to lose, okay, we know we need to come down a little bit from there. So if you have that baseline, great. If you do not have that baseline and you're just starting from here and trying to put some numbers in and say, so like I said, mine said 2000, say I want to cut, I'm going to take 10% off, that'd be 200 calories, so that'd be 1800. So perfectly enough, if we go to and sorry, I really stink at trying to navigate this. If we go here, and I have put in that I want to hit a target. Like I want an energy target. And I put 1800. Okay. So that's going to be my, where I stay to try and cut some weight for a little while. Now, I know that I haven't taken a lot off of where, my maintenance calories probably are. So a more moderate trying to lose some fat is going to take longer, obviously. So I'll say, okay, if I just took 10% off, I'm going to stay there. And we're talking if I am hitting that energy target, log in my food and I'm like 90% accuracy for 90% consistency, if that makes sense. Like I am really weighing, measuring, doing it correctly and to the best of my ability, right? It's not going to be perfect, but if I am doing that and after say even say like 3 weeks, absolutely no change, you could come down maybe a little bit more. I will always warn from going there's just no reason to go too deep into a deficit, especially quickly, because for one thing, you're going to have a really hard time sticking to it. For another thing, if you can stick to it, it might be, detrimental for you. So just my spill there. Now, you can do a custom target like we did. You can put in the app to go off of a weight goal and how, oh, let's see here, like how quickly it won't propagate it until I hit that, I think maybe. Yep, there it is. Okay. Don't mind this. I've just been throwing stuff in. So it's showing me, okay, I want to weigh 135 pounds and I want to lose 2 pounds a week. And it's like, hey, that's a huge deficit. So that's what I like about this app. It's kind of a little bit smarter than like MyFitnessPal. But anyways, so you can go off of either of those. I usually just set my own custom energy target, not at that. What the heck? Okay. Okay. Now, something else I always tell people. So when I set your targets and it's 1800, this include exercise. I just always have everybody I coach turn this off. We are already accounting for your exercise in your calories. Okay. So if you turned this on, it says it's just going to add energy burned above your baseline activity level to your daily energy target. So you work out, you wear a watch or something, and it pulls over and is integrated with your app. It's going to automatically say, oh, you burned 300 calories walking, and that's below where your baseline activity level is, or like it's gonna say, oh, that's 100, that has you 100 below, whatever. So we're gonna add that into your food. I don't like it to do that because like we've talked before, your your wearable, your tracking stuff for one thing is not very accurate at all. But then for another thing, it's much easier to just set a target and try to stick to it and then be able to notice yourself like, okay, I'm wanting to lose weight, but I'm actually like starving to death at the end of the day. Cool. If you have a coach, you tell your coach that. If you are just trying to do this on your own, you're like, okay, maybe I'm trying to do a 400 calorie deficit. Um, so just say, hypothetically, you did your stuff in that one app. Sorry, my brain. And then you said, okay, I'm going to do a 400, I'm going to take 400 calories off of that. So say it puts you at like 1600 and you're trying to follow that for a while and that's where you're just starving. Okay, well, maybe I'm going to add like 100 calories back in, another little snack or something, and see how that goes for a while. See if I'm a little bit more able to stick to that and see if I do kind of start losing weight, kind of start feeling like I'm leaning out after over a period of time. So I hope that makes sense. This is obviously why it is great to have a coach because coaches just their brain thinks this way automatically. But again, it's important to me to teach people how to do this because I don't think it's good to just rely on what someone else says. I would much rather you guys understood this for yourselves. So we've got me at 1800 calories. Now, I do fixed targets because obviously I want to put my own targets in. But so I've done my 125 grams of protein off, based off of like our equations of, so I think that was if I did 150 pounds times 0.83. So we've done, we said there's kind of a range, zero point 0.8 to 1.2. Well, I don't want high protein right now, so I'm going to go with this. Uh, I personally like a little higher fat and carbs right there works well for me, say. Now, I think we have talked before also about if you have your overall calories set and then you have your protein set, that's the most important things. These other two, you can swing back and forth. Now, hypothetically, um, I saw bet. Okay, so it's saying total targets don't match. Okay, well, we're gonna bring our fat down a little bit. Okay, close. 1800 calories is 1800 calories. Your carbs and your fats can swing back and forth. Now, some people's brains, they're totally fine to have your overall calorie target and your protein goal and then just kind of let everything else fall where it falls. Or they're even fine to say like Emery, I think she mostly just does it that way, or some people will do this is my overall calorie goal. I'm just going to try and hit my overall calorie goal, knowing I need to get at least wherever would be like your weight times, like the zero point 0.8 um, for your protein. But, and that would still work. That obviously is still going to work. For me, if I have just like roving targets, I'm going to be a lot more likely to not hit them. Does that make sense? Like if I'm just all over the place with, well, I'm fine here. I'm just letting things land where they land. Well, if I'm really trying to say I'm really specifically wanting to be in a cut and wanting to be in it for the short amount of time as possible, which is the healthiest way to do it, truthfully. I'm going to want to just kind of set targets and get as close to those as I can. Now, you definitely have some variation in those, but for me personally, I just like setting my targets and kind of just going off of those, knowing I do have a little bit of play. But if your brain works like you just know that you're going to try and hit around here, and that's going to be better for you, cool. You know, calories are calories, and you can do that however works best in your mind. Does anybody have any questions on that? I feel like that was a really terrible explanation. Okay. And again, interrupt me whenever you want. Uh, Kind of cool too. You can set, don't worry about oxalates, that's dumb. You can set caffeine, you can set your water. Sometimes I do that. It is a good one to set for sure. Like it's really, really easy to, let's see here. Oh, mine doesn't even show on here. That's fine. Whatever. So just nice things to set, nice, good things to know, make that a little bit easier. Hopefully I didn't just make that completely. confusing. Um, before we get out of this screen, is there anything else you guys wanted to, or for me to show you on here, for me to cover on here, any of that? Another note, I the stupid Sonic pretzels, I love them. Um, I they did not have it in the app. So that's one thing with Cronometer that I have noticed is I think they're based out of Australia. They've been around for a few years, but it is still a newer app and the database is not as extensive as like MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal is also overly extensive to the point that there are a lot of really bad entries in there. Chronometer is more controlled that way, and that's why I like it. And I also mostly log my foods kind of like this, kind of, I would call this like expanded, or, it's not, they're not in meals. I do some in meals for sure and create the recipes and things like that. But I do a lot of my, I log a lot of stuff like this. And so I know it's quite accurate that way. But then something like, okay, I like to get a Sonic pretzel now and then. And so I'm like, well, I want to be able to log it. If it's just a treat you're going to have once a year or something, don't create a recipe or a custom food for that. That's silly. If it's something you want to be able to log, you can usually just get on the site. Like I literally just got on Sonic's website and their nutrition facts. Is it going to be 100% accurate? Probably not. Was I slightly horrified? Yeah, I was like, oh, cool, 400 calories. That's fine. Whatever. Was it worth it? Maybe. I do like those. But okay, cool. If I don't have anything else, we'll cover in there. We'll go back here. And oh, did you still need to know which app or did you figure it out, Melissa? Sorry, I couldn't see the um comments before. Okay. So that hopefully made any sense whatsoever. Does anybody have questions or anything else you want to go over with any of that logging, any of it? Okay. So on another note, next week we are going to talk a little bit more about we wanted to cover kind of some travel stuff, like some travel tips and some ideas that way. Um, but then too, I want to make sure for these last few weeks to cover anything else that you guys want to talk about, need to clarify, want to work more on, any of that. So I'll be kind of sending out some more emails and things, or texts rather, to be able to just kind of get you guys thinking of, especially if you like want to ask a question to me, but you don't necessarily like want to do it in class, then just send it to me and we'll cover it here. Because if you have a question, it's very likely somebody else has a question, but I will only know you guys' questions if you tell me. So without further ado, if there's, I mean, if you guys want to cover anything else tonight, that's great. And let me know now, and otherwise, we'll wrap it up. Okay, cool. Well, thank you guys for being here, and I hope you have a good night, and I will plan on hearing from you soon.